Our weather is about to take a dramatic turn, which will divide our weather into two distinct categories. A major heat wave will build west of the Rockies, which will also allow for two dangerous Arctic blasts and snow to return to parts of the central and eastern United States. This major weather pattern change will stem from a large ridge that is building in the western United States. This ridge will lead to abnormally warm temperatures over the next week for much of the central and western United States. On the other hand, two Arctic blasts are about to surge out of Canada. The first polar plunge will arrive on Wednesday, driving temperatures down by as much as 20 to 30 degrees across the eastern United States. But this will also come with a surprise snow threat for the Ohio Valley and East Coast. But the second Arctic blast will be way more intense. This surge of Arctic air will hit Friday and Saturday, leading to bone-chilling cold across the eastern third of the country. Additionally, a widespread snow event will impact tens of millions of people. So in today's forecast, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about this big weather pattern change that is about to impact the United States. And this big weather divide is all going to revolve around our temperatures and exactly who is going to see snow over the next 7 days. So I want to begin with our temperature trends over the next 7 to 10 days. And currently we have a large Arctic air mass that is sitting all across the East Coast. Much warmer temperatures are currently riding into areas across the Great Plains and have been dominating the West Coast for upwards of a week now. But as we go into the middle and end of the week, things are going to start to change. As we go into Wednesday, we are going to have yet again another cold front that is going to make its way across areas like Texas all the way back over into the Northeast. With this cold front, it's going to be a little bit of Arctic air. We're really mostly going to be talking about that Arctic air back over in the Northeast, where it'll be a lot more intense. The further south and west you go, the less intense this storm system is going to be. And so most areas like Texas and Oklahoma will only drop by a few degrees. But on the other hand, warm temperatures are going to continue to build along the West Coast as a large ridge will be building. So by Thursday and Friday, that Arctic air will make its way across the southeast and along the East Coast. Temperatures will drop by as much as 10 to 30 degrees in some locations. And then by Friday and Saturday, notice how just off to the north of the Great Lakes, we're going to have a large low pressure system developing. And this is what's going to bring our next shot of significant snowfall to some areas. But on top of that, some very cold air, and even in some cases, dangerous and life-threatening cold across the Great Lakes and the Northeast. And this is where temperatures will fall by as much as 50 degrees within only 24 hours. So extreme cold is on the way this weekend, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, because by the middle of next week, that cold air is still going to be sitting in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. While that's happening, we will have a large area of warm weather developing across the Great Plains, the Midwest, and back towards the West Coast. This will help to melt some of the snow back over in parts of the Midwest by the beginning of next week. And then eventually by the middle of February, things become more uncertain. Right now, the GFS model is showing an extended period of warm air. And for you winter lovers, this is not necessarily a bad thing, because what this is going to allow for is some very warm air to likely build in during the middle of February. Our polar vortex will likely unleash sometime around the middle of February as well, and that could unleash some very cold air, leading to the possibility of some big winter storms. So again, winter is not over by any means as of right now, but at least as we go into the second week of February, temperatures will likely be above average for most of the country, and then by the third and fourth week of February, it could be a very different story. And this is the difference from average in terms of temperatures over the next few days. And notice by early Thursday morning, many areas in the Ohio Valley and Northeast will be as much as 20, 30, and even upwards of 40 degrees below average. Down towards the Gulf Coast in Texas, yes, we will have a cold front Wednesday into Thursday, but it's not going to be nearly as impactful for those locations. Temperatures only about 10 degrees below average. By Friday and Saturday, that cold air will linger along the East Coast. A brief warm-up on Friday into early Saturday in the Northeast will happen. However, we're going to get another really significant shot of Arctic air across the Northeast Saturday and Sunday. That will linger at least the beginning of next week. Monday morning, we could have temperatures as low as 50 degrees below average in Pennsylvania. If this happens, we would have a lot of records shattered in terms of daily high temperatures and low temperatures. And then by the time we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to see a heat wave build across the central and southern plains. And we may start to see some bigger storm systems as well during the second week of February. So even though it's going to be warmer during the second week of February,